Radio check.
Good morning. Hello folks, how are you?
New fastest lap for Junior 142.3.
Here we go, another Porsche Cup campaign. And I'm expecting Hockenheim to be a bit more warm and lovely than Bathurst was. Nasty little race that was. Yeah, I love Hockenheim. I love it because it's got its technical bits, but then it's got a nice little long curved straight heading straight into a hairpin. That's for they're the crowbars of the track. Every good track has got a skill section and a crowbar section, and there should be good on either side. I just find that Bathurst is very technical, but it doesn't give you much of a chance to overtake. Even though you get that big run down the hill, it's just not perfect. So yeah, I'm glad to see the back of that, and glad to see the front end of this. So hopefully, got a few good races that are coming up today. Recover from the devastation of last week. So I hope you're all doing good. Thanks for joining.
80 kilometers per hour.
See what it gives us. As per usual, let me know if audio levels are a little bit out for you, because sometimes it changes, and I can put it right. I tell you what, I'd have to hit a good few bullseyes in a row to get 5k today. But look at everybody's B license. All of these guys are basically Porsche Cup regulars, and they've all got B licenses.
Right side. Still there. Clear right. The track temperature's rising. It's now 42.
Well, that ain't going to help the B license, is it? I think Dali might need a bit more warming up on the brakes.
Your exit is clear.
Dali's a regular. I've raced with him several times over the weeks prior. He knows what he's doing, but just like the rest of us, it could be a bit of a cold open for him, and not yet fully practiced in. I've had a few laps just to make sure that my arms and legs are working alright, but I'm expecting pace to get better throughout the day. hopefully. We're going to find out. Let's see where we stack up. So grid of 18, because I think they're about... It's a strong grid, I'll tell you, but I'd rather have a strong grid than a not strong grid, to be fair.
Looks like you're clear on pit exit. Okay, Daniel, we've got 2 laps to get the job done.
So morning to you all. Here we go. First flyer. Francois, that license is an improvement from last week. Ah, soft track, it's invalid. And it's just that last little bit. Oh well, okay, let's use this to get warmed up a bit. Yeah, it was in a much worse state last week. Almost forward, almost version on C. Right, second and only chance of putting a qualifying lap in. That was really smooth. That was pretty smooth too. Okay, happy enough with this so far. But now we're getting into the twisty bits, so brake bias forward. missed that apex a bit, lost a couple of attempts there, but it'll be okay. At the minute I just want to put something on the board. Okay. It's something.
P4, you're now 0.3 off the pace.
Yeah, there were a few attempts in there from missing that corner where Vettel went off. But it's not too bad. iRacing thinks I should be 7th, and I'm probably going to end up 7th. So, you know, I'm basically performing as expected. Morning, Hawking. Nazar. What draws me to the Porsche Cup series is a good couple of things, and every week this answer gets a little bit quicker and easier to draw from the top of my head. The standing starts are exciting. It runs every hour. The car itself is cool. The racing is always exciting, and when you're on your own, the racing, the actual driving, the track is exciting enough to keep interest. So there is definitely an element of it's great for streaming because of those elements. It runs every hour, so you're not waiting ages. And also, it's just an interesting series. In the weeks gone by, when the Porsche Cup races maybe not gone well, and I've crashed out in the first race, whenever I've sort of deviated and gone onto another series, like I did an IMSA race at one point. I think it was when we were running Portimao. Did an IMSA race in the LMP2, bored to tears. Once you've really connected and rooted into the Porsche Cup, it's really difficult to enjoy anything else that's not as raw. Like, if Super Formula ran every hour, then I would love that, because that is awesome. Super Formula is brilliant, but Porsche Cup basically has it all. I don't think it would be as popular if it was like the Alpine A110 Cup, for example. I just don't think it would hit the same. So it's mainly driven by that. It's just easy to do an all-day stream or a multi-hour stream doing the Porsche Cup than it is to do anything else, because of how they all line up. And you know, at least you know what you're getting. You see a Porsche Cup stream, you click on it, you're going to get a Porsche Cup and nothing else. And it's just a brilliant car. Hey Neil. You design car liveries. Well, as the thing is, I much appreciate you putting forward the offer, but I got to be honest, I enjoy doing the liveries too much to stop. The thing is, whenever I have to do a new livery, so let's say that I'm going to be using a car for a video that I've never used before, and I'm like, well, I've got to put a livery on it because that's how I do my, advertising, so to speak. I always go, oh, for God's sake, got to do another livery. But then, about halfway through, I'm just completely absorbed into it, and I enjoy it. So, appreciate the offer, but when you enjoy doing something, I'm not ready to offload that yet. But thank you very much anyway. But as a livery designer, I feel the pain. But I only do my own. On the grid. Here we go. This livery was made for the livery that's on this car was made for the. There's a video I did a while back about how to save spins, and that featured the Porsche Cup, the Radical SR8, and the MX-5, to name a few. That livery was made like in a rush for that video. Yeah, the dashboard is quite sunk down below view. That's another thing. What you can see on stream is what I can see. I can't see anything else. I can't see any more to the right or left of me. So you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing.
15 laps. 8th
I
place.
might look into see whether there's an option to
Okay,
see
Daniel,
that though.
nice and neat. Stay out of trouble. Green, green, green.
Good start, but great start from other people around me. Oh, we've got some fisticuffs already. I'm backing out of that. I don't want the first race to be a write-off.
Car left.
Lost a place, but
Still there.
better than losing a few.
Still there.
I've had triples before. There is a reason I'm running a single
Left
ultra
side.
wide.
Clear left.
I would prefer triples, but the ultra wide is no question about it. The single ultra wide makes life for creating videos and streaming so much easier. It's worth losing that extra little peripheral, I gotta admit.
Car left. Clear left.
Jesus!
Left side. Clear left.
What on earth happened there? Did you see that then? Did you see that absolute rocket in the rearview mirror? Somebody got their race ended there. Dear me. Oh man, the tyres are not warm up at all yet. And yet there's some fast people in here, and not a single one of them is A license. That cracks me up, or at least not ones that I can see. Oh, Darley making a move. And it's not a good one, I'm afraid.
Right side's clear.
Oh dear. So we've got a lot of action to look at in the replay, by the looks of it. Hey Tradition, hey Scott. What a mess. I always think of Gordon Ramsay on like Kitchen Nightmares or something when that happens, because I always find myself saying, damn.
B6.
Alright, got some pace to find. Session best lap is the delta you're looking at now, so I'm looking basically for outright pace. I'm not hunting for consistency yet. I'm trying to chase the pace. But that's six gifted for me. Cheers, Alex. You know, in a way, that's kind of why I do the streams, because it adds a bit of credibility. Wait. And that usually takes away a bit of credibility. Yeah.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 2.7 seconds.
Just got to watch that red curve. Hooks the car really bad. Good, that's a bit of pace there. Okay, 5 tenths improvement on the previous best. I love Hockenheim.
Fastest lap.
Always loved it. Definitely some pace to find there at the hairpin. At the minute it feels like I'm losing out in these sort of slow speed, really slow speed bits. I think it's mainly on the amount of aggression in initial turning on slow corners. I think I'm leaving something on the table there. Mid and high speed corners are okay.
Your lap time was 1:41.8.
Morning, Nevin. So we're in no man's land. This happens to me quite a lot. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Hey, quali is over. Yeah, we're 5 laps into the actual race now. And we've already dodged some complete cannonballs in the first couple of laps. Particularly on lap 1. The lap 1 hairpin, somebody got it badly wrong there. Some miscalculations were made. God, they let you get so wide out there without giving you enough track. That's brilliant. My safety rating could do with the help. And that's too deep an entry into there. That S-shaped corner is too much of an S right now. Need to straighten that out. But they're running away with it. The front 5 have got a bit of pace that I just can't get yet. But you know, the day is young.
6th place.
And then whenever you miss that apex, you just so much time lost. Definitely some work to do to find out where things are getting off the ideal. Man, that thing goes on forever. Hi Gabriel, thanks for joining.
That last lap was at 142.5.
I just want the front 5 to start tripping each other up a bit. Bring them back to me. Yeah, Paul, I think the that guy on lap 1 thought that the track still went into the forest, maybe. Oh, the first off track, oh god no. Bit loose. I'm just experimenting it now. Put it on last lap. Right. Last lap delta, I want to see a bit more green now. The red gets you down after a while when you measure it against best lap. But yeah, morning everyone who's joined. Your presence is appreciated, makes it all the more fun. This is race 1 of a few races today. There was about 36, I think it was 36 people signed up, so it got split into 2 grids of 18.
Daniel, halfway home. We've got plenty of fuel. You've just done 142.
Yeah, that front 5. They've got something special going on. We'll find out what it is.
The gap to car behind is now 1.2 seconds.
We've had a front 3. Wow, look at them. Top 3 within a second of each other. That's exciting. There's definitely a knack to sort of throwing the cup car into that hairpin in second gear. That's where some time can be found for sure.
lap times are improving. This is good.
Where I'm currently lapping right now, maybe in the 42s, low 42s. They seem good,
The gap ahead is
but
now
I know I can
6.0
just.
seconds.
Well, it's not that I can just tell that it's not optimal. It's been proven before my eyes. Top 5 have got something that I just don't at this point in time. So race 1, I might dig into the telemetry maybe between race 1 and race 2 and see if there's any obvious corners where I'm losing the most time. I mean, that ain't gonna help. Bit late, just make a late apex out of it, try and salvage it, try not to spin, try not to strip the rear tyres of all the grip. I'm in an air sandwich, so it's not like it's gonna matter much. Bit of a shame, really. Nobody to fight with. They kind of took themselves out. My primary competition all got clobbered in an ill-advised rugby scrum.
Seconds.
Yo, Vero Tuna. Nobody likes tuna here. Do you know, I've never actually watched Fast and Furious from start to finish, but the quotes have been just thrown at me from left, right and centre all my life that even though I've never watched it, it's just cannot help it. I'm compelled to say it. All the little catchphrases. Wow, nearly did a battle, Ben. That was a little bit too close for comfort, that. I think half of the field is in tatters. There'll be some massive crashes to look at in the replay. That lap 1 rocket was completely out of order.
The gap to car behind is now 5.2.
Yeesh. Yeah, there was. I saw them. They flew over either shoulder.
The gap in front is now 8.6 seconds.
I saw them both coming in hot. It was a miracle that I didn't get took out at all. It's a miracle that I've had no contact. The past couple of weeks have been really poor from a contact point of view. Needless off track. Just feel a bit lonely here.
Remaining.
2 laps, they'll fly by, and then we'll finally see what happened. Hey, what are you doing? This car's trying to escape. Yeah, a good ease-in race. This. Not much contacts. A mild, well, no contact for me. A mild 6th place finish. Good start. No calamities. A representative race. A good one for telemetry, I'll tell you that. Alright, last lap.
One more lap to go.
And then I'm gonna look into the telemetry after this, and we'll see where I can do better. Because it worked wonderfully for Hungaroring, made a real big impact. Just having a little sift through the telemetry, so I'll do the same again here, because I reckon there's definitely there's an attitude change that needs to take place on some of these corners. And it's a lot quicker to find out where from pro telemetry than it is to just figure it out by yourself. Final couple of corners. Yeah, it is.
P6.
That little
Okay, that's the end. Good finish, mate. Well done.
that grey tower looking thing. That's an AC unit. It's brand new. That had it for a week and a half, and it's blooming brilliant. I gotta be honest with you. About 3 years ago, I did a video on my old aircon unit, because that's when I bought it. I caved in 2021 when it was absolutely scorching, and I was like, this is unbearable. Got to get an AC unit, because can't work, can't nothing. It's just not fun at all. So bought one of them and did a video on it. 3 years later, the company that does that brand reached out and said they saw it and they liked it. They want to put it on their little product page, and then they've offered to send me that as a replacement. And obviously, I snapped their hand off, because AC units they're worth a weight in gold for me. You get really divided opinion about portable units, but I think they're brilliant, because you can just have them downstairs in a day, and if you need it, if you really need it, you can take them upstairs at night. If you've got a bit of, if you've had your Weetabix, you can take them upstairs and set them up. So they're worth it for me. They're so much cheaper than a permanent unit. I know they're not efficient. They're not the most efficient things in the world, but they still do work. I swear by them. But right now it's just on normal fan. It's just moving the air around. It's not actually doing any ACing right now, but it's perfect, and that's the quietest AC by far. And I thought my old one was quiet. That one is like super duper quiet. Right, lap one shenaniganery. Okay. Standard kind of race, standard kind of start. That guy in front of me got checked up. Darley's in the Gulf liveried Porsche Cup. So, what on earth happened? Was it contact? Was it just two people trying to beat each other under the brakes? We're about to find out. So there you go. It looks a lot more dramatic in the rearview mirror. Let's find out again who that was. So, Owen. That'll be a front lock up all day long. Who got finished by that? I shouldn't laugh, but good lord. Wonder what that looked like from Darley's point of view. Wonder if he suspected a thing here. Bosh, there you go. Bosh. Hi Aidan. Yeah, hey, you got a front row seat to that, didn't you? Yeah, you could see it plain as day. Wow. I respect Owen's first instinct is to basically try and avoid something. I do respect it, but I don't think there was anywhere for him to really go. If he could have gone left, he would have gone left, but the other guy was there. And if we look... What happened? Front lock up, front starts to grab. But then nothing. It's almost like he completely abandons it a little bit. So front lock, that'll be it. basically front lock up, comes off the brakes, but then you've got to get braking again, otherwise you'll be stuffed. So unfortunate. Yeah, genuine. Nobody wants to go into a race and do that. And if you're gonna have that happen to you, it's gonna be under brakes because it's a Porsche Cup. So unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. But highly entertaining from my perspective. That really was. That really was quite something. It's just for speed. It's just for speed difference. Yeah. Could be brake failure, you know. Could be brake failure. You know them Magic P1000s that I did a review on a while back? Probably about 2 weeks after that. I was doing a bit of like a solo test session to record some footage for a video, and the load cell failed. It was like it just went snap. Not physically, because nothing happened to it. From the outside, it looks fine. But in terms of the data it could read, it was like it just went pop like that. And all of a sudden, what to me would be 50% brake was only reading like 5%. And if that's the sort of thing that's happened to him, I mean, I've only just been able to get that resolved. The whole thing's been quite a wait. So then P1000s have just been shelved until then, until it's like all been resolved and I can sort of sum it all up. But yeah, I think I pushed the P1000 load cells a bit too far. That's probably why I've come to love the Invicta so much, because they're more my kind of vibe. Well, as it just so happens, Smokey, what time is it? Yeah, we're only 15 minutes away from the next race, but yeah, I'll save that just in case. So screen will go blank for a sec, but I'm going to get my telemetry up on screen in a sec. So be patient, it'll be worth it. And to those of you who are watching, it's not yet ready for kind of I don't think they've really put the bow on it, but VRS has been something that I've used for a long time, and I will be doing something more with them soon. Predominantly with the telemetry stuff, because it ties in so well with the videos that I do about how to kind of improve your technique. And to me, I've pretty much tried them. I've tried a few telemetry panels and analyzers, and VRS has always been my favourite since 2020. It's just so blooming easy for me. So I'm just going to get that up online. So we're about to dig in and basically see where I am slow. Where am I slow? But yeah, hopefully in a couple of weeks I can start really showcasing it, because that will also help support this channel quite a bit. And I've always loved VRS. At least it's very rare that something comes along that you can actually say, I've used this for years and I love it. Normally you have to sort of check something out, look into it, see if it's any good, and then report to the community your findings. This is something that I've just used from the very off before this channel was really a thing. So at least I can, with all my soul, say that I use it. So view laps, 1 second. Right, so VRS. Analyze session. So I'm going to put my race session. optimal lap. Put my optimal lap versus whoever the pro is. And this is the only bit of clunkery that I'm not a big fan of, because you have to blooming find out where the Porsche Cup is. There's probably an easier way. iRacing Porsche Cup. Okay, Porsche Cup by Coach Dave Delta. So there's a second difference between there are some differences. My session was hotter, and the track state was low usage. But let's see. So this is now at Hungaroring. That's the first time I've digged into the telemetry in a long time, and really kind of because that's the first time I've actually felt distinctly off the pace for reasons that I couldn't just figure out by myself. There is a free tier for VRS, I believe, but feel free to check it out. But there'll be tons more information coming from me about VRS in the weeks to follow, hopefully. So turn one. Apparently there's a couple of attempts to be found there, and I'm taking it with a slight grain of salt, but I do think that turn one is not being attacked quite so much. So I'm going to play that. Yeah, I think it's just pure aggression for turn one. I think because there's just not been enough laps run. If you look down the bottom left-hand corner, my brake is blue, their brake is red or maroon, however it looks on the screen. So my inputs are blue, theirs are maroon. We're both taking it in fourth, so that's fine. But they're on the throttle or gas. They're on the throttle at the same time, but they're doing it with a lot more commitment, and they're not steering as much as me. Because of that, because they're on the throttle earlier and with a bit more aggression, they're not having to steer as much. The car's kind of gliding through that corner because of that throttle input. So it's just aggression. I just need to find some aggression for that. If I zoom in, I can see that they're also chopping that apex a lot more than I am. So my optimal line is a good solid. Yeah, they're chopping that first curb a lot more. That's the sausage curb that sort of that makes the car bounce a little bit. So I need to try just being a bit more. Need to chop turn one more, basically. But yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping within a couple of weeks I can do a proper sort of like little intro and guide to VRS and then put a link up there, because they've never done a program like that in the past, and that's probably why I haven't put it out there as much as I could, because ultimately at the end of the day I've got to dedicate the time towards the things that are gonna kind of pay off the most. So VRS has always been a quiet endorsement that sort of bubbles way at the back. And I don't use it as much now as I used to, because I used to sort of coach my teammate Dean Powell, who you would have heard speak in the league races. Use that with him all the time to help him get to, to kind of get in his groove. But now he doesn't need that no more. But that was invaluable. So turn 8 and 10. Couple of attempts lost there. The thing I love about this is the fact that even if you're not into iRacing or whatever, it's so fascinating and impressive that this telemetry actually exists, and you can get to it from anywhere. So if you're on another PC, you can just log into VRS online and see all this stuff. It doesn't depend on you having iRacing installed, it's just an online panel completely. So turn 1 I need to chop. That's definitely an element of improvement, and ultimately if I find a tenth there, that equates to 1.5 seconds over a race distance, over 15 laps. Turn 8-10, what are the main differences between me and them? We're braking at the same time, but what I'm finding is that they're braking. There's a little bit of a softer ramp up for them. We are pretty similar. I think maybe it's just not a corner that I've done a very good optimal sector on. We're taking it in the same gear, because initially there's a question mark in my mind whether this was. There's a question in my mind whether or not it was in second or third for me there. And I must emphasize, you can do all this analysis for free in iRacing anyway, but it requires Motec to do it. And Motec just makes my head hurt. Motec is way too complicated for me. This is nice and simplified, like my first telemetry analysis. So you can do all this for free, and you can do it to an astonishingly advanced degree with Motec, but you got to learn how to use it and get the hang of it. This I find was much easier for me to jump into. I have given Motec a couple of goes. Yeah, Coach Dave Delta has also made some strides at adding it, but the problem is that VRS is basically is so good for me that it's basically a case of you don't tend to move away unless something falls short or fails you in some way. And because VRS was the first to get to me, literally 4 years ago, I've been using it ever since. I used it a lot at the start. Turn 11. Okay, turn 11. They're actually going into it less aggressively. Okay, so turn 1 I need to be more aggressive. Turn 11 I need to be less aggressive. Basically, they're chopping turn 11 much more. I'm going into it too aggressively, and that's making my line wider. This was the same thing that afflicted me at Hungaroring. I think it was turn. Yeah, I've signed up for the next race. Don't worry. I have remembered to do that. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Yeah, turn 11 needs a bit of a cooler head. There's only a couple of minutes to go until the next session, so I need to make sure I'm going into it. Yeah, I think they're the things I'm going to focus on. Chop turn 1 more and be a little bit more chill into turn 11, because I think I'm losing. I'm being too greedy on the corner entry. Too greedy on corner entry. My brake is a lot higher and more intense than theirs. They're literally just giving it 30% just to kill the car in and bleed it in. They're also doing it. We're also doing it earlier. That'll do it. I think that's enough to chew on for now. So yeah, if you thought that was interesting, there will be more information about VRS from me in the coming in the coming weeks, I'm sure, because I will be working with them a little bit closer, a little bit more. I don't know why it's took me so long to really start focusing on it. It was invaluable at the start, but then you sort of get so focused on doing the technique videos. Yeah, okay, so the race session is about to tick over. So we're going to be into race 2 in a few minutes. Hope you're all doing good though, and thanks for joining race 2. I'm hoping I won't be left alone to fend for myself and entertain myself. Strong grid again. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18 again. So grid of 18. So that would mean that there's probably 2 splits. So some familiar names. Ethan Bernard, he's a French, he races, I think it's Alpines. So the A110s, I think it's Alpines in France. So he's kind of an authentic real name. Taylor Barnard II. I can't remember the details, but he's also a name from the real world of motorsport. I'm not sure it has a way to auto-save the replays. Ethan.
We don't have that data. The track temp's increasing. It's now 31 Celsius.
So I realise that I've not got a VRS data pack sync on, so I need to go fishing for that. Yeah, VRS is cool, and I'll definitely be doing a big piece on that soon enough. Come on, come on. Although at this rate, this does mean that I'm going to be going into the qualifying session kind of blind as to how the car feels. There we go. Porsche Cup by Coach Dave Delta. So Coach Dave Delta sponsors the Porsche Cup series on iRacing. Yeah, there is a way to have it prompt you to save, because it does that for me. So it definitely does prompt you to save it. I think that'll probably be a setting in the, yeah, as you say, a setting in the near file. Anyway, enough chat. Let's go. Gloves on. If you're wondering why I use gloves, it's basically because I've got
2 laps to set a decent time.
high force feedback, suede covered wheel, there's 330mm. So gloves helps with that. I wouldn't use gloves with a lower force feedback wheel, and I probably wouldn't use gloves, well, it's mainly to do with the force feedback amount. I also use shoes. I've used shoes for a long time now. I almost find it impossible to race without shoes, which is odd because I used to be completely the opposite. I find that it's something that once you do it, provided you've got pedals that are kind of resistant enough to make it feel right, provided you do it, you almost can't, you almost don't go back. Right, so experience from prior weeks tells me that the VRS setup tends to be quite a lot more bitey. It tends to have a stronger front end but a looser back end, and that hasn't always agreed with me at times. But this feels pretty good so far. Not vastly different. But we'll see. Morning, Marcus. Ooh. Show feet or lion? Yeah, I ain't gonna fall for that. Here we go. Yeah. Right, a little bit of a snap. A lapse in the bin. Too much of a snap there. I think the bias was just a little bit off for that. That's one of them weird situations where the less brake you use, the more twitchy the car is. Oh well. Yeah, threw away that advantage then.
114.9.
Well, I managed to sort of save it, but that's not going to be pole. No chance. That's never going to be pole in a million years. Right. Eee. But I've got... Oh God. But I've got enough... I've got enough faith in the set. Enough faith in the set to make a difference. To believe in it. Inside curb in Mobile 1. Where's Mobile 1? Remind me. Is that the fast right-hander? The fast right-hander. Before the carousel. Okay. Ah, yeah. Okay, so that one. Yeah, it is. I was quite far away from the apex there, weren't I? So I really need to chop that more. My turning point for that corner needs a bit of work. I think I'm just going in too deep, being too greedy. So where are we? Currently sitting at 8th. iRacing thinks I should be 6th, so I'm slightly underperforming.
That's the end of the session. P8.
Okay, 8th, not as bad as I thought. But check that out, Martinius K. Stenshorn. That's the sort of name you find on like a little triangular plaque on a big oak desk. Race 2 is about to begin. Just kind of sat here on the grid waiting for a mate. Well, hopefully race pace is a couple of attempts better than last time. Hopefully. Well, we're too close to the race start to explain how, but I will.
Eighth place, 15 laps. Get ready. Green, green, green.
Good start, good start. Well, we're going to get gridlocked here. This guy's going in. What are you doing, man?
Right.
Whoa. That was pretty precarious, wasn't it? Ah! Oh, that wasn't good. Let's not see some chaos in the hairpin. Oh! Ah! This. These little scary moments are making me sound like Michael Jackson, man. It's not exactly clean, is it? Look at all this carnage. Carnage or portionage. Oh, there's going to be a fight here. Look at this, lots. Sheesh.
7th position.
How did we survive that? Yeah. It really was like that though, wasn't it?
Car left. Clear left.
Well, there's another one for the Michael Jackson soundboard.
The leader has just done 114.6. That lap was at 142.5.
I think the VRS setup does take a little bit of time to sort of bed in for me because, as I've said in previous weeks, this is now the VRS Open setup.
E7.
And the guy who makes it, Zachary Campbell, must just clearly have a different style to me because it doesn't gel with me, not as much as the fixed setup does, which is just well, it's a compliment to the fixed setup, but clearly this shoe just don't fit me. It doesn't like mid-corner throttle, and that's kind of what I thrive on. It's all over the shop. Yeah, it's just too loose for my style. This will be a matter of survival now.
Stay between the lines, please, Daniel. Just ignore it, we'll go away.
Now let's get back on track. Yeah, the fixed setups for Porsche Cup are really good at the minute. I think I have to just try being smoother. The problem is with me. Whoa! Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's too loose under full throttle. No, it's too loose under the power in mid corner. I need a bit more leeway. Or I need to be a bit more sensitive. But I'm finding that I'm losing sort of a mid-speed velocity because I have to leave a margin for error for myself. So while I'm sure this is ultimately faster in the right hands, it's in my hands. Let's get that delta up. Give us something to aim for. Alonso? Good lord. Right, I'm just going to try and adapt because I can't just lose time whinging about the setup. I've got to make the best of it. I need to just bend a little bit. Because what if that mid-corner looseness is just a valid price to pay for better braking, better corner entry, and if I just adapt to it, I could have the benefits. So make the most of it. See, that's a 3.5 tenths. I'm at the low 41.0. I've never been in the 140s yet, and I'm only a whisker away. We're halfway through the race. There's still time to claw this back. But I need to reset my own mind here.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 32 Celsius.
feels a lot more under control now. I think I'm just starting to get it. I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to see.
Well, that was a 141.1.
Wow, got quite a big speed difference there.
Clear right.
I'm not sure why he just let that go, but
Good stuff, keep looking at it.
or if he really meant to let it go. Did he just let that go? I can't tell. Can't tell whether that was like a. Can't tell whether that was a wave around or not. But here we go, Ethan and David. Our next on the shopping list.
Don't be distracted, defend your position.
Okay, see, I'm treating the car with a bit more respect now,
Halfway home. Fuel looks okay. Sixth
and it
place.
seems to have come
Last
to me a
lap
bit.
was 141.7.
Just trying to be smoother, respecting the fact that the back end is definitely looser. But that comes with other benefits, you know, braking might be better, turning's better. If I can just gather it up on the exit, I'll get all of that and not lose time. Oh, it's not good when you just graze that curb. You need to be all the way on or all the way off.
That lap time was 141.6.
Oh, side by side. Yes, that's it. Slow each other down. Come on. Hey, Gravy Monster. Cheers. Appreciate that.
the track, forcing him to find the gap.
One thing to bear in mind, JC,
0.4 off the
is
pace.
that
Sector 3 is 0.5 off the
I
pace.
think I paid for this track about, I'm not sure when it came out, but another example is there are tracks that I've raced on this year that I bought back in 2010. You know? Right, it's right behind us now, so what are we going to do?
Car left. Hold your line. He's still there. Clear left.
He hasn't got the speed for a cutback, but he was trying to attack.
On your left.
Well, it's a good cutback.
Still there. Still there.
He's still there,
He's still there.
but he's going to have a hard time now.
Hold your line. Clear left.
There we go. He's staved off for the moment. So he was trying to get it back, but
The gap to Bernard ahead is increasing.
yeah, that overtake on him must have been just
0.0
legitimate,
seconds.
and it just felt like a wave around, but must have just I must have just got it wrong, or he got it. I must have just got it right, or he got it wrong. One of the two. Right, he's there again.
Left side. Clear left.
Oh, a little bit of a squirrel from him there. Yeah, he lost the traction. He didn't get the traction he needed there. That's good. And Ethan's off the road.
Car in front of us is Bernard.
A third player has entered the chats.
Come on, Daniel. Push, push, push. We can get this guy. E6. Car left. He's still there. Still there. Clear left.
Yeah, he always had the inside covered there. But his rears could be hurting. There'll be a chance, just not yet. No, he didn't block. He had every right to be where he was, and he did it well. Part of the magic of racing is the fact that you can't physically drive through people, even if you're much faster. If they position themselves well, then they can stop you getting around them completely legitimately.
Okay,
It's
Daniel,
not blocking.
you know, just keep it smooth. No mistakes. Car left. Clear left.
Oh, this is exciting. This is way better than last race. Couple of laps to go still. Basically having to look forward and backwards. he's good through certain sections, got the upper hand sometimes, but he's overall still faster.
That lap was at 141.3.
So the car behind is closer to me than I am to Ethan in front. That's like a visual marker. That's the one I always use, just to figure out would I send it here or not.
Left side, clear left.
He's trying. Every lap he's trying to get that traction, and it just ain't coming. Ah, sugar. Yeah, that was pretty scrappy through that. Just too blooming, too loose on the throttle. I need to dial that out a bit.
One more lap to go.
I think I'll still have to. I'll still end up reverting to the fixed set. I think maybe I can loosen the fixed set up a little bit, but overall the flavour is much better for me there. I think most of the time to be found is in the way I drive, not the setup. Smokey, the rear view mirror is wide so that I can see where he is. So it's almost more important to be able to see wider than it is to see sort of like the true thing. I rely on relative. I rely on the relative to judge whether or not they're going to make a lunge, and then I rely on the virtual mirror to find out where they are. So I get what you're saying though. It does make them look like they're really far away, but to judge whether they're far away or not, I use the relative. But to actually fend off them positional wise, that's when I use the virtual mirror, when I think they're actually on me. I got to hold it together for the last couple of corners.
It's increasing. It's now 34 Celsius.
He did good. He put in quite a few attacks. Oh, this guy's... Oh no, it's a back marker. I thought I was going to get a freebie then. Cool, blimey.
P6. Okay, it's over. Good drive.
That was a good race, that. That was a lovely action-packed race, that. Good race, Robin. Good chase, Ethan. It was nice to actually have something to chase. But yeah, me and the VRS setups don't seem to get along with the Porsche Cup. The flavour of it isn't quite up my street, so I'm going to revert to the fixed and see if there's anything I can do to kind of unbind it a little bit, because it does feel a little bit understeery, but not by much. The alternative would be to this. So this is the fixed setup. Hi, Dusty. So this is the fixed setup that we're talking about here, and I think I'll go into the practice session of the next race and just see if I can tweak it more to my style. Just a bit. There was a good couple of racing segments in there, so we'll save that replay. But yeah, hello, Aulia. Thanks for joining us. That was a lovely race. That was. It's about It's going to be about 15 minutes until the next one, but I'll be jumping into a practice session until then to see if I can make the fixed setup suit me better. Because the fixed setups are so close to the way I drive. They're really, really nice setups this season. I'll wear shoes, and I'm not going to fall for the trap. Not going to fall for the trap. I'm going to show you the shoes. So these are the gloves that I use. They are a bit overkill, to be fair. They're Sparco Land Plus gloves. They are starting to look a bit sorry for themselves in the glove bit, and they are actually they're FIA graded gloves, because the idea was, and this was the optimism of a couple of years ago, the idea was that I could keep these gloves for the day that I actually did go racing. So there's the FIA actual homologation sticker there, or whatever it is. There's the little certificate that says this is actually a piece of FIA eligible clothing. So if I went MX5 racing or something, I could actually use these. But I don't know whether they're still eligible for it, because they're kind of coming apart a little bit because I've used them a lot. And this is the shoe, also a bit overkill. Sparco because Sparco Slalom Plus shoes. These are brilliant though. They're a bit of a faff to get on, but they are actually really, really good. They're the nicest racing shoes. I mean, it's not like I've tried many, but other than the faff of getting them on and off, they're really good. That is true.
That's a new fastest
Not
lap
the
for Ruiz,
if I get caught.
143.7.
If I get caught in a blaze, at least they'll be able to like put my preserved hands and feet on the mantelpiece and remember me by that. So the next race session starts at 1:45, so whatever the hour is in your time, it's for 1:45 the hour that it will start. But I'm going to practice now and see if I can dig a couple of attempts out of the setup. I'm going to use the fixed setup to start with as a base, and then go from there. So I'm going to go to session best lap. And what are the things about the fixed setup that I wish I could change? And then we'll do a little bit of that. I'm not a setup expert, but I do know how to make some tweaks to alter the flavour. I need to get the tyres warmed up first. So if you're with us in a minute, thank you very much for joining. Hope you're all doing good. And thanks for joining us. It makes it a lot more fun having you guys just sort of occupy these races. I would say if there's any tracks that I don't really want to race, it's going to be the tracks with walls. Bathurst, I think, has to join that list now because last week was so traumatic. I don't like tracks with walls because Watkins Glen. I can't stand Watkins Glen anymore. I've decided. Has that been confirmed? Is Newey actually going to Aston Martin? I mean, it makes kind of sense for Newey, I guess. Well, if it's just about money, then Aston clearly has no limit. but I would be deeply surprised if Verstappen went to Aston. That ain't never happening. Never in a million years. And because I've said that, it might actually happen now. If Verstappen goes to Aston, then I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my gloves. And they've had hours and hours of use in them. I won't eat my shoes because I like them too much. Yeah, no chance would Max go to Aston. It wouldn't suit his vibe at all. I'm looking forward to seeing Hamilton and Ferrari, but I also have a little bit of trepidation about it because I feel like it's just gonna feel weird. It's been so long.
The leader has just done 141.1.
There's only one thing I want to see in F1, and that's for McLaren to go back to their chrome and red livery. If I could clip my fingers and make one thing happen, that would be it. Because everything else is, you know, meh. So the fixed setup is a lot more planted. It's a lot more planted, and that is something I agree with. It makes me more confident getting onto the throttle early. That's what I like. I've figured out now that I basically do drive with the right foot in many ways. And I'm not very delicate with it. I'd rather have a setup that can let me get onto the throttle and then not come off.
P4, that puts you 0.9 off the leader's pace. Watch the track limits, please, Daniel.
But I think I can compensate with a bit more aggressiveness in the slow corners. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the papaya. Not one bit. I don't know where it came from. I don't like it. Like, it's okay, but it's not like the McLaren livery of old. That thing was gorgeous. But I don't think anybody would want any chrome on their car anymore because it's too heavy or something. I don't know. Yeah, chrome livery was peak McLaren in every way. It even fits their kind of ethos better. You know, it looks all like, it looks robotic and futuristic and space age, and isn't that what McLaren used to be? At least when Ron Dennis was at the head.
This lap will be deleted.
Yeah, it makes sense. But that was also part of their kind of like, it was almost a bit of a flex for them, because they could have a really nice livery. Okay, I'm much happier on the fixed setup, and truth be told, I can't really think of much to change. I know that the pace that I can find will lie in the way I approach things, not with the setup. So it's me I've got to work on. The next race is at 1:45. We are on 37. So 7 minutes. And I'm just happy with the setup. I wouldn't change a thing. So no need to change a thing. If I like the way it drives, that's gonna help me more race pace wise, because that VRS set was just a bit too spicy for me. And I like spicy food. Yeah, it looks a lot more stable, and my face looks a lot less crumpled, and I'm making less King of Pop noises. When I try that VRS set, it's like a yeah. Right. So, is there anything about that setup that I would like to change? Oh, it's fixed anyway. Well, that answers that then. Right. If you were here last week, I said I had some. Ooh. I said I had an idea about using the monitor mounts, the quick release monitor mounts from GZ Omega. If you can see that, there we go. That little contraption there. That's a custom-made monitor mount using aluminium profile. That's actually on the desk now, because I've actually achieved what I set out to do. What I mentioned last stream about using my desk monitor for my racing rig, because I've got well, that's actually the other way around. I use a 34-inch ultra-wide Samsung G5 for the sim racing rig. If you've watched any of my reviews for the hardware in the past, like probably about a year, if not a bit longer, if you've watched any of those, you'll see a single 34-inch ultra wide. And on my desk, I've been using a 27-inch flat, a single 27-inch flat. Multiple times I've kind of thought to myself, I really wish that I could use my 34-inch ultra wide on my desk. Make video editing a bit easier, a bit more room to play with. Well, I've now done it. So I've converted I can now take the 34-inch ultra wide and just unhook it from the rig and put it on that little contraption you can see just there, and pop the power and HDMI in, and works. So I've now achieved what I set out to do there. So there'll be a little video follow-up about that, because personally I think it was a genius idea, and it could save you a bit of money, because if you've currently got a gaming setup right now, you've got a really nice gaming monitor and you want to get into the sim racing stuff, you don't need to buy another monitor. You could just do what I've done and convert the back end of your monitor to a quick mount. Where am I? There we go. Yeah, it works beautifully. It's actually worked better than expected. I kind of expected there to be something that gets in the way, but using some spare bits and knickknacks just made a bit of aluminium profile, almost like a T shape, so that the quick monitor mount could hang off it. Like I say, just watch out for a video about it, because I'll do that. It will be up within a fortnight. I've got a stag do to go to this weekend, so that's gonna put production back by a few days, and then a few days after that for recovery for a mate of mine. And it's been brilliant. Probably one of the best ideas I've had in a long old time. So if you've got a big beastie gaming monitor on your desk, you don't have to buy another one for your rig. You can just use the same thing. The monitor QR on our website is in the Prime Accessories section. It's not in the US though, for some reason. So it's in the UK and EU, but it's not in the US. I've asked them when they're going to bring it, but I've not yet had an answer to that, I don't think. Same with the Inertia seat. So this bucket seat that I'm using, that ain't available in the US yet. I'm not sure what's taking them so long. Because it's a lovely seat. Very cheap bucket seat for what you get. So only a couple of minutes away from the next race. Hopefully it's another good one. That last one was great. Is the Porsche Cup really that hard to drive as everyone tells me? Best way to find out is to just try it. And yeah, SimLab are seemingly the guys who made that quick monitor mount first. Track Racer have got their own little version. But yeah, SimLab is Team Blue, GT Mega Team Red, Track Racer also Team Red. Right, race session. On we go. This about has worked out well for me. I can now use this 34-inch ultra wide, which I'm now playing the sim racing stuff on. I can just unhook that, pop that on the desk, and use that for the PC and editing stuff. So I've now got technically a spare monitor. Not to mention being able to just take the monitor off freehand, So useful for video stuff and for getting images and stuff for the wheelbase, the wheel, all that kind of stuff. It makes it look so much better. Yeah, so Connor, you asked how do I use the ultrawide to stream? So yeah, you'll see that as Diogo just pointed out, there's sort of like there's some free space underneath and at the top of the image. So what you're seeing in the center strip of the stream is actually what my ultrawide is displaying to me. The rest of it is all done in Streamlabs. So rather than having Streamlabs sort of stretch the ultrawide to fit, it's maintained its proportion, and I've just had to reduce it. And sort of I've got to live with the cinema style black bar at the top and the bottom in order to keep it in the right aspect ratio. And then in the top and the bottom, I've obviously got room to put
the track temps increasing. It's now 34 Celsius.
Any kind of discount codes and whatnot that I've bothered to put in. I've only got Asetek and GT Omega up there. There's tons more in the description, by the way. Tons more in the description. But I'm lazy, so I only really got around to doing the Asetek and GT Omega. Best TV series in the world. I gotta admit,
It looks clear.
I don't watch tons and tons and tons of telly. I don't watch a lot at all, to be fair. But I'd probably say that on balance overall, Breaking Bad tends to be named as kind of the top spot, and I've kind of got to say it does deserve it. I know it's a bit of a boring opinion because so many people say that anyway, but Breaking Bad was pretty decent, especially when it all just comes spiraling down at the end. I don't like the very end. I'm not a big fan of the inclusion of like you know when Jack's kind of like crew comes into it. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like the way that it sort of feels like the Breaking Bad kind of peaks, and then you're kind of left with the dregs in the finale. Not in the finale, but in the sort of the final season, you're kind of left with the dregs. Like all of the characters you've known along the way are kind of gone, and then you're kind of left with a brand new villain just to fill the spot. And I don't really care for him very much at all. Yeah, the boys is fun, brain dead. It's sort of like fun telly, if you see what I mean. It's funny how nobody will ever say Game of Thrones to that question. Such a tragedy. I did enjoy Game of Thrones a lot, loved it, but nobody's going to say that anymore now, are they? Here we go. Big understeer moment. This is not going to be pole. I can tell you that. But it's still valid, and that's what counts. Whoa! Decent, pulled it back.
P5.
P5 ain't great, but you know, it's something. No. Yeah, that's it then. Too greedy. Too greedy. I reckon I'm gonna be 10th at this rate. Can't make mistakes like that with a nice strong grid. I'll try doing a proper big chop on turn 1 next time. I feel like I just need to experiment a bit and just try cutting some of these corners and seeing what it'll allow me to do.
That's a new fastest lap for Jankovic, 141.0.
That.
Off the pace.
There you go, Ben. Doink. Rumble. Bit of a rattle over that curb. Wow. Took the words right out of my mouth, Sammy. 20 seconds. Hi, Alex, the automotive guy. Cheers. Thanks for taking a second just to pop by and say that. Appreciate it. It makes a difference. See, one of the reasons why it's really difficult to make anything like this in ACC, one of the reasons that
That's the end of the session. P11.
I tried in Gamebook, because ACC obviously looks really nice when you put the right settings on it. But in slow motion, if you ever do this in ACC, when you look at the cars in slow motion, the tyres do not match the rotation of the road. They've just got they just have a fixed set rotation speed in slow motion, and it looks completely wrong. So I tried doing some ACC videoing, but it's really hard work, really hard work. It's nowhere near as easy or as natural feeling as in iRacing, so that is just another feather in the cap, isn't it? So we're 11th. Yeah, I said we'd be about 10th. And it's, yeah, got punished for that rough qualifying. Definitely did not definitely didn't help. So we've got some overtaking to do, and the missile from lap 1 of race 1. Owen is in front of us, so if he has a catastrophe like that again, at least we know we're going to be behind the blast zone.
The air temp is 26 Celsius, 15 laps. Alright Daniel, here we go. Green, green, green.
Oh, a quick green light there. That would have caught some people out, for sure. Oh, already a crash. And it's Dali again. He's really getting the short end of a stick.
Still there. Clear left.
David Peel's got a run on me, and he's got the inside line, so he's got a slightly shorter distance to go.
Still there. Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
Oh dear.
Right side's clear. On your right. Clear right. Should be about 261 laps of fuel left, 0.2 litres per
I
lap.
will message him.
Car right. He's still there.
Yikes.
Clear right.
Uh-oh.
On your right. Clear right. Car left. Hold your line. Clear left.
Caught on camera. I have shamed my name once again. Oh god, not again. Yeah, so don't do that.
14th. On your left.
Oh,
Still there. Clear left.
have I lost my head or what? Yeah, for those who asked, yeah, the Porsche is kind of hard to drive.
Car left, clear left.
Huh. Man, people are having a hard time here. Who was the guy that I took out? Because
The leader has just done a 143.4. V12.
I can't cry over spilt milk really. I took someone out. I'll have to just talk to them after.
Car left. Clear left. Car left.
Yeah!
Still there.
And that was probably the most obnoxious celebration to taking a place that I've ever done. Please help me, somebody. This is my scumbag arc. I'm being a real Devon Butler right now. I just need to take out 3 more people and I'll get an achievement.
Gap 2 Forte behind is now 1.0. Okay, Daniel.
Yannick Muellerman. Okay, good. I've clocked the name. I would fall on my sword for him. Somehow. Too far away this time. But I'll get him. I am really pushing the limits of what netcode will let me get away with here. At least it ain't boring, innit?
Too long to find that gap.
Yeah, I wanted to save the overtake for this corner. Much easier to consolidate.
Left side. Hold your line. He's still there. Clear left. Nice one, Daniel. Great move.
Cool.
Keep it up.
Alright, chasing, getting it next.
Behind us now. 0.7. Stick to the plan. Don't be intimidated here. P10.
Right, really, ideally I want to be worming my way back up to look at that little train of cars there. That's what we want to see. Want to see them fighting a bit. Daniel, gaining on this car. The gap is 1.4 seconds. That's the fastest lap. You've just done it, 141.3. Oh, smoke. So the delta on screen right now is the last lap delta. So I wanna just be level with or better than, improving. Oh, went deep. Still gather it up. So right, we can recover that. Gets it stable. Ooh. Sudden pink Porsche. Let's go.
P8.
I'll eat that off track.
Left side. Still there. Clear left.
Okay, fair enough.
pass.
I peeled him away from his 7th place. And this train of cars ahead, they're going to slow each other down every time we go on this hairpin, so still got 7 more shots at it. Couple of freebies there, we really, well, needed them really.
Behind us now, 0.7.
This is good.
Okay, Daniel, that's half distance. You're looking good for fuel. P7. You've just done a 141.7.
Oh, I do love seeing that green on the Delta.
Gaining on this car, the gap is 1.1.
Yeah.
That lap time was 141.3.
Yeah, good lap that was. Missed that apex by a mile then. But that is for top 6 right in front of me. Plenty of time for something to happen still. Oh, a little wiggle from the car in front there. A confidence wiggle. Or lack of confidence rather.
Okay, Daniel, run out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. The leader has just done it.
I'm just going to have to take them off tracks on the chin. Right, looks like he's not too good into braking for that hairpin. So if we do end up behind him, that's definitely an opportunity. Just got to get right behind him, that's all. Got to stop losing temps due to scrappiness. Ooh. Right, gotta stay behind him for the hairpin. Get him under the brakes, easy. He's not having a good time of it right now. His balance looks pretty awful.
Okay, Daniel, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake. That was 141.9.
Right, this should be it then. Not getting much of a slipstream. He had a good exit from that.
Left side. Still there.
No, he really did not want to brake for that corner, did he?
Hold your line. Clear left. Push now. Catch up here.
So I think he's going to send himself. There we go. There we go. That's it.
Right side's clear.
Thought that might happen sooner or later. He didn't look very confident on the brakes there. He looks very tentative on the brakes. Here we go. More fisticuffs. Are we going to pick up any more freebies? This is great. What a great race this has been. For me at least, but I've got some apologising to do to Yannick.
The leader has just done 140.9. B6, your last lap time was 141.9.
Now I'll eat that off track. Here we go then, we're about to have a certified stream moment if I ever saw one.
Car left.
Certified stream moment right here, right now. You're going to see one, you're going to see one.
On your left. He's still there.
Oh, how many cars wide are we? We are 3 wide. A little helping hand there. And we're going to get a meatball for that, 100%.
Left side. He's still there. Clear left.
Or are we? Please no meatball, please no meatball. Come on, there's no meatball needed for this. It's fine. It's not going to be fun to... It's not going to be fun to drive, but I'll make it to the line. I should have backed out that, really. I think they would have took themselves out a bit there.
Left side. Clear left.
Maybe that damage is making my car really good at turning right. Ah, it's a shame.
2 laps left.
It's a shame, but no big, you know, no real... Although I'm now on 15x, so I really need to be careful here. I wonder what happened there. Would love to see the replay there. Car seems fine, just a bit wonky. I'm just so glad that I've not gotten a meatball for that.
The gap in increased. It's now about 3.6.
Steering's wonky, car's a little bit twitchy, but it's okay. It will live.
Last lap.
Last lap, come on, do something silly, folks. Do something silly. Give me another nice little freebie. Side by side, nimble slipstream into the hairpin. Come on, come on. Take me to clown school. You can do it. Ooh. The only reason I want to stay behind them is to witness whatever's going to go on here. Looks like we've sorted it out. Never mind. Yeah, fifth after all of that is pretty crazy. I just wonder if well, I wonder what happened there. The replay will be telling. Cross the line. What on earth happened? What happened?
P5, and there's the finish. Good result, mate. Well done.
Crazy. That was an exciting race, though. That was, wasn't it? That's classic Porsche Cup. But I should have seen that coming. First things first. Yannick, is he in? Is he in? Where is he? Why can't I see his name? There we go.
We think about 2 laps remaining on this tank. 2.6 litres per lap. We estimate 2 laps of fuel remaining. 2.6 litres per lap.
Right. So what happened lap one? Lap one I slid headlong into humble pie. At least it was a smallish tap. Smallish tap on the bumper, but even so. That's a real shame. Just gets spun and he can't rejoin. He does the right thing. Doesn't try and feed into the pack. I'm so sorry, Yannick. I've said it on text, but at least it's here on voice. Shame. Real shame about that. That's me not taking the mick out of anyone else for sliding into that hairpin anymore. And the big one. Because I couldn't see who was beside me there. The relative said 0-0 for 2 people, so I went into the corner knowing that was 3 wide, and I should have thought better of that. 4 wide into the hairpin. Look at that, ridiculous. Slung right in there. I had a real chance there to be jammy. Them two are fighting. I think he's just looking at me. Yeah. What can you do? Not much he can do. And did Boris really have a chance of avoiding it? Well, yeah, he went all the way out to the end there, and yeah, went all the way out to the end there. So yeah, there you go. Don't try and go 3 wide there. It went in well for you, but salvaged a 6th or a 5th. Salvaged a 5th from that craziness. So it did well. So I'm gonna have a very short, because the next race is only in 15 minutes. Gonna have a short break to let Rosie out, let her have a bit of fresh air and stretch my legs, but it'll be 10 minutes and then I'll be right back with you for a couple more of that. That was really good. With that, I thought I was going to take the biggest, juiciest bounty there with that pack fighting up ahead. Oh, it had everything. But I should have just backed out. But hindsight is 20/20. And in the moment, you're blinded by the racing spirit. Yeah, 5 had no room himself really. He had to move over, and I'm actually kind of lucky that I didn't take Yavor out. So, I'm lucky that I'm lucky I didn't victimise the second person in that race, and Yannick was very gracious about it. So he's had my apology. He says happens, man, all good. So he's chill. If everybody was more like Yannick, everything would be cool. Right, replay is saved. I'll be back shortly. Just going to pop outside with the dog, look at some clouds for a second, and I'll be back with you in literally 10 minutes. So see you on the other side. 10 minutes, back with you in a mo. Well, a couple of minutes late, but the toaster physically couldn't toast any faster. So then, we launch into the afternoon. Not going to load into the session until it actually starts, so we've still got 2 more minutes of the void to watch. So I hope you're all doing good, whatever you're doing. Thanks for joining. It's been a fun morning. Some very delicate racing moments. So in a couple of minutes time the screen will fill again with the sights and sounds, but not the smell of Porsche Cup. First cup of tea of the day as well. Normally I've had about 4 by now. Hi Redentus, much appreciated. They do apply to most things. They've all got the same kind of philosophy, it's just that the force feedback feeling tends to be different, so you tend to have to take time to integrate into each one. Hawking, I like coffee and all. I tend to have either espressos or I tend to either have double espressos or lattes with like quad espresso shots in them. So it's like a smooth coffee, but you can actually taste it. You know what I mean? 1 minute. And I do like every now and then I maybe have I have one every other day maybe of a Red Bull or a Monster. I would actually drink them if they didn't have the caffeine in. I like the taste of them. I actually wish that they would do that. I wish that they would do a stimulant-free version of energy drinks because I just like them. But tea first. The main reason I am a functioning the main reason I have a functioning human body is because of tea. Because that's how I get most of my hydration. It's the same for most of the nation. Most of the UK gets all of their life sustenance from cups of tea, because it does count. But yeah, I love coffee. It's just not something I'd have. I wouldn't have multiple coffees a day. I'd like have one. And that's the highest frequency of which I drink coffee is like 1 a day. Whereas people like drink multiple cups, and that just seems like you kind of sowing the seeds for something to go wrong, doesn't it? So we've got a lot of the same kind of. This is what I mean when you end up doing Porsche Cup. You get kind of like an ad hoc community going, because we've got a lot of familiar names. You're racing with a lot of the same people sometimes when you do back-to-back racing. Starting to really get to know people. So this is the open setup side of Porsche Cup, but I'm going to go with a fixed setup because that did pretty well for me, as it usually does. Whoever's created the fixed setups for Porsche Cup this season is my kind of guy.
Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line.
Oh, Harley's just put a little apology up. I don't think he's got anything to apologise for there at all. I reckon he did nothing wrong there.
9 litres remaining. 9 litres left.
Okay. Oh, the guy ahead of us, Kamil Grabowski. He's one of the Porsche Esports Super Cup guys, isn't he? 100%. Hey. Sometimes you can kind of tell if the track is a little bit green. Is it? Is it? Oh well. If it does, it does.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 31 Celsius.
What time are we talking? Fair enough. If it goes into server maintenance mode, then you know we'll all have to go and get some actual work done, won't we? Never mind. It might be that it lets our session run. I don't know how the maintenance mode usually handles that. Do they normally stop sessions from being created around maintenance windows? Or do they let people run and then they just give them their points back, so to speak? I don't know. I've actually dodged maintenance mode quite a lot on these Tuesdays. Oh, there you go. Maybe it's well, we'll just have to keep on going. But yeah, if it, off track again. Oh, we're from the back of the pack anyway, so maybe if it does go into maintenance mode, I'll dodge the bullet. But yeah, if it does go down, then yeah, that'll have to be time called on the stream. But oh well. Got some half decent races out of it. I'm gonna carry on like it ain't gonna happen though. But that's qualifying scorched.
Fastest lap for Jankovic, 140.6.
So, scuffed quali. So in 6 minutes time, either nothing will happen over stream or have to be curtains, but oh well. Let's just have a cup of tea and await the end.
The leader's just done a 139.6.
Yeah, to my knowledge, UTC is probably a smarter way of saying it, because Greenwich Mean Time, you know, Greenwich Mean Time, you think, oh, it's going to be 10 o'clock in Greenwich, which is in London, but then it ain't, because of British summertime. So we go from GMT to BST, and it'll just be easier for people to say UTC. Makes sense to me. I ain't precious about it. If I'm talking to somebody from Europe or something, then I'll just use UTC. So the patch is in about patch is in like 5 minutes, according to them. I mean, if a McLaren is in there and I can get to it, then yeah, I'll check that out. But I don't think it's going to be that quick, so it will probably be the end. And then if it does pop up in the afternoon, then so be it. But it looks to me like this session at least is going to act as if it's going ahead. And I thought that normally they avoided putting sessions up that are going to coincide with patches, or am I just wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. And one way to find out, and if that does happen and the server does go down, then I would have dodged myself quite a bit of potential magic iRacing points. Yeah, that'll be it. Somehow I'm going to do a miracle wonder lap and get to first place, and then the server will cut out. And people will be like, oh, did you see that first lap? That was that was legendary. And then server will go down, and replay will somehow be unattainable, and there'll be no record of my achievements. And also somehow this stream will malfunction, because otherwise that would be my record. I'd just be like, well, it was caught on stream, and then there would be some kind of YouTube corruption in the playback.
The track temp is 32 Celsius. The air temp is 21 Celsius. Here we go. Go, nail it.
Oh, that's a burnt clutch. Yes, that's a burnt clutch. If I ever saw one. Yikes.
On your left. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there.
Wow.
To your left.
Wow, that was a really, really good.
Well done, Daniel. Left side. He's still
Somehow.
there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Oh, a bit of a scrabble for grip there.
On your right. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right. Car right. Still there. Still there.
Oh,
Still there. Still there.
whoa, ho, 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 ho.
Right side's clear.
Oh, wow, and yet somehow one of my silkiest, chocolatiest lap ones ever. Just, come on, iRacing, just forget to set your alarm or something. Don't do the maintenance now. I'm setting brilliance here. That was really good. That was.
This is brilliant. Keep it up. E9. Car right. He's still there. Right side's clear.
Good move. He got a good drive out of it, and also I'm not sure I'm going to have an answer for him here.
Car left.
Oh!
Clear left.
Whoa! Whoa! That was pure fear. That's pure fear, by the way. What a blimmin' race so far. If this race ends now, this will be the most densely packed, atomic, pure, intense race ever recorded in history. I mean, Matthias has made a bit of a dash for it now, so, you know, he had it. He did a good job.
Leader's just 114.8.
Well, I reckon we'll see him again. Oh,
10th position.
need a minute now. I need to get past Edwin.
Car left. Hold your line. Clear left.
Whoosh, that was intense.
Good move, mate.
Right, so the UI is in maintenance mode, but that don't mean the race servers are.
Right side, clear right.
Uh-oh.
Right side.
Uh-oh. Edwin has
Clear
disappeared. There we go. There we go. Ah. And we're gone. It was too beautiful. This race was too beautiful to live. They just wouldn't let it live.
Two litres remaining.
Quah. What a... Well, let's at least hope the replay's saved. There we are then. Yeah, at least it was preserved. We got that there. I mean, it looks way more intense at ground level, I'll be honest. I find that's quite a common theme. It's a common theme with these replays, is that they make it look like there's so much space around you, but there ain't. I'm proud of that overtake on Camille. Yeah, proud of that one, because then he tried to come back on me and get it around the outside. So he really did. He went all in there, but it wasn't enough. Lap one, cold tyres. This guy getting clobbered. He got absolutely pulverised. That fella stayed still. Pass on the outside. Again, in person, this looked really close. And yet, on the sort of far chase, it makes it look like you got bags of room. But that was a good potential race that we'll never have. I'm gonna look back at
Away from the guy behind. The gap's now.
Look back at Matthias's view. I always like to sometimes watch my own driving from a pursuer's point of view, just to see how like good or bad it looks. Like, if I was against me, how would that have been? He gets past me there. So this was big boy Wombo send. So I backed off the throttle a little bit here and then switched back over. I don't think he was expecting that at all, and I just went a little too crazy, a little too deep. Perfect cutback. Absolutely brilliant from Matthias. He deserved that. And then this is around about the time that the servers started to go down and out. Ah, shame. But the replay is preserved, and there we go. I might have at least have sort of made it back into. I might have at least sorted it so that I got back into my expected position, but unfortunately that is it. iRacing is down for maintenance. It's the first Tuesday so far that I've been affected by it, so you know I've probably been lucky so far. So sadly, after a really exciting morning and a potentially exciting afternoon, we just gotta pull the curtain on it. We've got to accept when we've been beaten. But iRacing will be back up again in a couple of hours, but that will probably be at the end of my working day really, so I won't be around to see it. iRacing UI down. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, folks, there is no more. We've ran out of burgers. So yeah, just needed more of that. Love that. I wish I was going all afternoon, but UI is down. iRacing's released a new patch. It's going to be down for a couple of hours. So sadly, folks, you've all got to get back to your back to the valiant errands you were probably doing. But yeah, there you go. I'll be seeing you again. I don't think I'll be doing any streaming for the remainder of the week because time is a bit too tight. Tuesday is really my reserved day for this. The rest of the time I'm doing genuine work. Usually feeding off the moments and the clips and the replays that the streams produce, and there were some crackers this morning, so at least we've got that. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry it's been cut short, but iRacing's got to do what it's got to do, and everyone else will be in the same boat. So have a good day, enjoy the weather, even if it's bad wherever you are, and thank you for riding along in the morning. It was a really good time, and I should be seeing you again on Tuesday. I can't really remember what's planned or what I've got coming up, but hopefully I'll be back on Tuesday or at some day next week after recovering from going on a friend of mine's stag do. It's been a while since the last one, so I wouldn't bank on me being functional on Tuesday if I do that. But yeah, enjoy yourselves, have a great afternoon. Check out the description for all the little brand discounts and stuff that I've got tucked down there. There's one being added every now and then, so there's quite a little list now. Check them all out and off you go. Yeah, to ACC you go. Enjoy yourselves over there and have a good day. Thank you everybody. See you again.